One of the lessons in our book is never let fear win. And you know, when you're totally blind, sometimes there's an opportunity presented to you, and it takes a lot of courage to accept that opportunity. And that reminds me of the time that the Humane Society was having a fashion show and a big fundraiser for the community. And the dress designer had told me about the fashion show and said, you know, they wanted you to be in the fashion show, but I just didn't know how a blind person could walk up those stairs, walk down that runway. So I told them I didn't think it was a good idea. Well, I don't like to hear no. So I called the president of the Humane Society and said, of course I'll be in the fashion show. Now, I had just gotten a brand new guide dog. And I followed Donna Shalala, the president of the University of Miami, as I walked up those stairs. And I was scared to death. But I said, okay, just follow your dog. And this was a long, long fashion show runway. And when I got to the end, I was so thrilled that I made it to the end that I raised my hand to the crowd with a big wave. You'd almost think I was running for political office. But it was just an emotional thrill that I had done it. And guess what? The next day on the front page of the Miami Herald, there I was with a big smile on my face, waving to everybody. Imagine if I had let fear win. That wouldn't have happened. Another lesson is keep things in perspective. And so often during the course of the day, you've got to get control over your emotions and not do what you sometimes just wish you could do. For example, when I went to an upscale department store and I wanted to have lunch there, I was with the wife of one of our board members, and they said, oh, no dogs allowed in the restaurant, because I was with my guide dog. And I said, oh ma'am, this is not a pet dog. I am blind. This is a guide dog. She said it doesn't matter. No dogs in the restaurant, because she was confusing the public health rule with the ADA rule that guide dogs are permitted in restaurants. And so I decided we'll just seat ourselves, and we did. And we were stared at. Even the chef came out and said, ooh, big dog. But I pretended I didn't notice. And after we finished, I said farewell to her. And I asked someone where the manager of the store was. I went to see him. And I told him of the incident, and he reached in his pocket and handed me a lunch ticket and said, oh, we look forward to your coming back again for another lunch. And I said, sir, this is not about a free lunch. This is about training. And I knew he just didn't get it. So I found out who was the president of this upscale department store halfway across the United States, and I called. And I got his administrative assistant. And she said, oh, ma'am, you need to deal with legal. And I said, no, this is not a legal matter. I don't plan on being litigious. It's about training. And if you cannot tell me by the end of the day that you have implemented training at that store about the ADA rule and that a blind person can bring their seeing eye dog into the restaurant, I will make this a public relations matter. And you know what? They didn't want that. And so by the end of the day, I received a phone call and a thank you that they had implemented training for all of their staff in the restaurant. Another lesson in the book is reach out aggressively. And that reminds me as CEO how important it is to reach out to my board of directors. I have been asked, how much time do I spend with the board? And when I say about 25%, sometimes that's a surprise to people. But our board of directors are my biggest asset in reaching out to cultivate new board members, to steward board members, to get board members the information that they need in a timely manner, and to ask them for their help. Enables the Miami Lighthouse to go to the next level because we are collaborators, energizers, in a synergistic relation makes such a difference.